Every week we're seeing new and undeniable climate events, evidence that accelerated climate change is here right now. Droughts are intensifying, our oceans are acidifying, with methane plumes rising up from the ocean floor. We are seeing extreme weather events and the West Antarctic and Greenland ice sheets melting at unprecedented rates, decades ahead of scientific projections.
When it comes to global warming, nothing is more hypocritical than the United Nations. This week, it released its annual report on global greenhouse gas emissions linked to climate change. It said many countries, including Canada, are not meeting their reduction targets, and as a result, we're heading for catastrophic global warming. Then they blamed rich people. They said that the world's wealthiest 1% are generating greenhouse gas emissions at more than double the rate of the poorest 50%. And that to avert catastrophic warming, rich people are going to have to lower their emissions by a factor of 30. Now that's a legitimate issue, and it's significant. But for the United Nations to virtue signal on this issue is the height of hypocrisy. For more than 25 years, the United Nations has been holding huge meetings all over the world to talk about global warming. If there's a popular vacation spot in the world, the United Nations has probably been there. Paris, Marrakesh, Copenhagen, Bali, and more. And every time they hold one of these meetings, thousands of people fly in, generating greenhouse gas emissions. And many of them are rich people who have huge carbon footprints. And they tell us that we have to lower our standard of living, which is what lowering emissions means, to save the planet. And they are just trailing enormous carbon footprints. And we've heard from all of them. Leonardo DiCaprio, Bono, Sir Richard Branson, and the ever-present Al Gore. And all of them, along with the UN, seem oblivious to the fact that given the amount of fossil fuel energy they consume, they are part of the problem. They're not part of the solution. Finally, as for the United Nations, if it really wants to make an important statement about climate change, that it needs to start walking the walk, not just talking the talk. There are all sorts of virtual technologies and video conferencing that today can be used to eliminate these huge meetings that generate enough carbon dioxide to power a small country. After all, we're all in this together, right? I'm Laurie Goldstein of the Toronto Sun. We're always interested in your views, and please follow us on Facebook and on our YouTube channel.